Why, hello, all, and welcome back. Welcome back. This is the first session. Welcome to City of Mist. We are playing with 4 new folk here, one person entirely new to tabletop games. So this is going to be very fun. We're going to be doing the intro case, Shark Tank. Allow me to join them. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hello.
We are now officially recording.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Alrighty. On this fancy map, I'm going to throw the flavor text that's been prepared for you guys because it's so darn snazzy. And after I do, the 4 of you can introduce your characters. So, it's another overcast, somber afternoon in the city. Traffic is nervously crawling through the rain at rush hour. Angry drivers honking at the lights while thunder rolls overhead. Somewhere, in a residential neighborhood, the camera zooms in on a shabby apartment building, moving up creaky stairs and down a corridor, ending in a milky glass door. The glass is inscribed with a pyramid and an eye above etched caption. Technically the other crew's place, but this is your place. Theirs is called the All-Seeing Eye Investigations. You guys can call yourselves whatever you'd like. This is your office, a cramped, dilapidated space that doubles as a bedroom when one of you needs a space to crash. The tiny kitchen is dirty, the floor shudders when the subway passes on the nearby rail, and at night the room is colorized red by the cracking neon side, the side of the building. This office is where you hold meetings with your barely existent clientele, and where you keep most of your stuff, but while you'd like to call it charming, in truth, we can only really call it cheap. Since you've met, you've been searching for answers to your own personal questions, as well as to the grand mystery. What the hell is going on in this city? You know there are others like you out there, people with legendary powers, and you know some of them are up to no good. You also know there's something covering up the tricks to make people forget. This is why you started the crew, to reach out to those few who've witnessed strange incidents, investigate them, and find the truth. Alrighty, we'll start from left to right with the person sitting in the chair. Go ahead and introduce who you are.
That would be me, right?
Indeed.
I am Moira Dean. I am an investigative journalist, and I am possessed by the spirit of Mothman.
Quite glorious.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else I should add?
Anything you can describe the way you look, or you can leave it at that. Fully up to you.
Nothing about your mystery?
What?
Or are these mysteries secret?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any secrets. I uncover secrets. That's my job.
Oh, good point.
Is uncovering secrets. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
All right, Roxanne.
Roxanne. Okay. My name is Roxanne.
I literally just did that.
I am possessed by the Monarch of Shadows. Hashtag fangirl. Lost my train of thought.
I like that you think that's funny.
Shut up, you. Okay, my mystery is that when I was, I think 13 years old, I saw my brother die in front of me, and he came back to life as a shadow that I can summon. So yeah, I control shadows, and I want to find out why he died and why no one remembers him.
Who was it again?
Horribly tragic.
Laughs uncomfortably.
Alrighty, next.
My name is Xander Lancaster from London. I am a paranormal detective, and I am a part of the Azarian sorcerers. Long line of sorcerers that hunt down demons and other paranormal stuff.
Excellent. And our final, I don't know if I want to say crew member. We didn't really discuss the crew yet, as we're just kind of introducing ourselves to this game. But Rydia, tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Rydia, and I'm possessed by the malevolent witch Maleficent, and I run a little alchemy cafe.
Is the correct pronunciation of her name Rydia?
I refer to it as Rydia.
Okay, I was like, oh my god, I've been saying it wrong for years.
That's how what Final Fantasy IV girl, summoner girl, I always just called her Rydia.
It could be either now.
I think fan sites go either way. I don't think there's an official pronunciation clarification.
Good. So it's not a Titus Titus thing.
Yeah.
I will never call. I am never calling him Titus. I don't care if that's the right way. It's always.
Who is that the right way to say that?
Yes. Apparently it's horrible.
That's cursed.
Rydia, I love your cafe.
Well, you're regular?
Yes.
Ooh, How come I don't recognize you? I should be better at this.
I tend to skulk in the shadows. I'm sorry.
Oh, that could do that. That possibly be why.
Yes, I'm light sensitive, so I definitely go to the darkest corners.
Gotcha. I'll try to keep a light bulb dimmed for you.
Aw, thanks.
That's actually really cute. Charming.
While the four of you are hanging out and discussing things, you suddenly hear the doorbell buzz with two short, abrupt rings. Looking toward the milky glass door, you can see currently nothing.
Are we getting punked?
I'm gonna
ding dong
Big
ditch
brother.
or whatever it is.
Go up.
Big brother. Who's big brother?
My shadow.
Who?
My big brother is my shadow.
I know.
Hey, you can remember him because you can see the shadow.
Okay. Well, does he go?
His name is Jasper, by the way.
Excellent. Do they know this, or?
Debatable.
Is this a situation in which we could use theme tags?
If you want to open the door in a really weird way, you're more than welcome to do so.
Well, I just want to, I just want to know if something bad's going to happen. You
I'm
know?
asking Jasper to check.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's the
But
sacrificial
I've got
lamb.
Harbinger of Doom.
He can't get hurt. I'll just revive him.
Wow, that's not dramatic at all.
There's shadows everywhere.
Alrighty, as you send Jasper over to open the door, you all see from a distance a piece of paper slowly floating down to the doorstep, and it lands.
I guess I'll go walk over and grab it.
All right, Xander, as you pick it up, you can see there are various cutout letters arranged to form the message, "Please help us. We are in danger. Sharks in Miller's Square." There is a cutout picture of a shark that's glued to the lettering. It looks like it came up from a magazine or something. And you all know Miller's Square is your backyard. It's your home, the neighborhood where you guys live and operate. You also know it's completely landlocked, meaning there's basically a river around this area.
Do they mean actual sharks? Or is that some sort of gang name?
You're not sure.
I'm gonna turn around with the note and be like, "Is this how you Americans normally do business?"
Sometimes.
Okay.
Don't be rude.
Huh? Let me look at the note, please.
Don't be rude. Show me the note.
Let me see it.
So, for reference, I've mentioned before that there is indeed some lore in City of Mist and such. Your character would already know things. There are certain things that Radiah just knows because you live here. So you don't need to roll to know those things. You can just ask me, would I know this? And I would just go, yes, most of the time, of course.
You said something about sharks?
Yes, it's very, very, very simple. Please help us. We are in danger. Sharks in Miller Square. And then they cut out a picture of a shark from a magazine and glued it on, along with the rest of the letters.
Does this look familiar to me at all?
In what way?
Like, have I heard anything about quote-unquote sharks in the area?
When you say sharks, what do you mean?
Like, is it a code word?
Or is it the animal?
Yeah, do we know?
Like, is it gang activity? Like the Jets and the Sharks?
That is a great question. Mora, now's a fantastic time for you to try rolling Investigate.
All right.
So let me know the ones you're using, and then when you're ready, just kind of, you can fire them out there.
Investigative journalism?
Yeah, you can kind of just click down it, and if I agree or disagree, I'll let you know.
Well, I don't want to pick too many.
You can.
You know?
So the nice thing, the only time you can't is if we are, for example, this is a great example, actually. You can't investigate the same thing multiple times because this is your best shot at investigations. If you want to throw on like 3 to 4 tags, you're more than welcome to do so. It only doesn't work in chained moves, but there's not really anything to chain from this because you're not attacking, you're not defending, you're not talking to someone. It's a piece of paper you're looking at. So,
all right, I'm going to click investigative journalists, asking questions, and gut feeling.
Okay.
And then it's just confirm for the investigate.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got ourselves a 9.
Whoa.
Which is a mixed success. You get 3 clues. Spend your clues 1-to-1 to ask the MC a question about the subject of your investigation, or ask another player a relevant question about their character. Work on that part, obviously. I will give you a straight answer, and I can choose a complication if I wish. You got 3 clues. I believe Investigate works where you can ask a number of questions equal to the number of tags you use, which is fantastic.
All right, and then you choose what the complication is.
I'll let you know. Don't worry. What are your questions, though?
Well, are the sharks a code word for some sort of like group?
If you're asking if there's a gang named the Sharks or something,
I mean,
no.
Sure. Let me think. This is so bad. I'm so bad at asking questions. Why did I why did I choose this character?
You can ask the vague questions. It's okay.
Are they actual sharks?
Megan is not an investigative journalist, but Moira is an expert.
This is true.
Are they actual sharks? So, interestingly, looking at this, you kind of get the feeling the cut marks aren't perfectly straight. The glue was maybe overly applied. So it looks like possibly a child put this together, actually.
Oh.
Because of that, they might have misheard the word shark, or they might... You're not sure if they misinterpreted what the word shark meant.
Like loan sharks? I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm really stuck on that.
That's perfectly fine. He might have meant literal sharks, or he might have meant loan sharks. But remember...
loan sharks makes more sense than anything.
Yeah, because remember... weird shit only exists to those that can see beyond the mist, which is a very small percentage of the public.
It was Miller Square, you said?
Correct.
Is there, I guess this would be the third question. Is there anything that I've heard about happening in Miller Square that would kind of make me suspicious?
Yes. There have been many going-ons in Miller Square. Actually, you've heard of, unfortunately, a few people have passed on to the next world recently.
Oh.
Did anything
From
get
Miller
forgotten?
Square?
Yeah, at least one person is confirmed dead.
Oh.
Recently.
Did any of them get forgotten?
No.
I mean, if they were forgotten, then we wouldn't know.
No, if they were forgotten, I would know because I could steal the shadow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she would know specifically.
So what we have so far is that it might be a child writing this note. The sharks probably aren't literal, and a bunch of people in that particular area have recently passed on. Is that all correct?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that's all my 3 clues, though.
All right, hearing about this, Xander, what do you think and feel? Remember, you guys all have notes that you're more than welcome to take, and they're all personal notes. So you can type whatever
Where are the
you
note
want.
sections again?
Bottom right-hand corner, it shows a GM, shows a player screen,
Yeah, player screen.
and there is one notepad for each of you.
Did you write "You Are a Nerd" in my book, husband?
I did, because you wrote, I am vengeance, I am justice, I am the night, I am Roxanne.
It's
That's
a joke.
That's
I'm
why
a
you're
vigilante.
A nerd.
It's a joke.
Still a nerd.
That's why you're a nerd. That's literally how that works.
It's because I love you. All right, well, Xander's thinking about that. Radaya, how about you? Any feedback? Remember, each of you can look at the same item if you wish. Sometimes I'll just give you the information. Other times I'll have you roll. All right, do the
I don't know. I've been thinking.
That's perfect.
How do I save?
So to be super clear, we can always rewind a scene. I can never go too fast. The only time I can go too fast is not in this investigation specifically, because I'm, like I said, we're taking things a little bit slower to make sure we get, the hold of everything. There should be a little down box arrow, Megan, that doesn't say save, but as you're typing, it's next to the edit background button, just like a little arrow. Yeah, it looks like a down pointing in a line. It looks like a cigarette.
I posted it in the Discord.
Yeah, it's in
Oh,
Discord.
it looks like a cigarette.
It kind of does, yeah.
It does, yeah.
Good.
Am I able to tell if there's any recent... I know you said there's been deaths, but do I know if there's any recent, paranormal activity going on in Miller Square that I wouldn't know about?
Nothing major. There's definitely bullshittery going on, but nothing majorly paranormal as of current. Also, to go back to what I was saying real quick, I can't ever rush you guys. If you want to rewind, we can always rewind a scene. We can always replay something. If you want to phrase something better, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to go, it's like if we move past the scene, you go, actually, I had a question for that guy. I'll just rewind them and bring them back to where we are now. So no worries. Were you saying something, Radaya?
I was wondering, since I'm supposed to know the neighborhood here, is there something I'm supposed to know about who is in danger or what these sharks are?
I would say specifically, because I'll ask you this. Do you want your shop to be in Miller Square or near Miller Square? It is kind of a rundown location, so that's a decision for you.
Maybe near-ish, on the edge?
You've heard, probably because you reach out to other locations and such, and you just hear things. There have been some unsavory activities, we'll say, in Miller Square, and you're hoping it doesn't come to where you currently reside.
Okay. So that doesn't exactly help us to find out who is in danger or what these sharks are.
Have my vigilante activities ever brought me there?
I would say probably once or twice, yeah.
Would I have a reason to leave a shadow posted?
The area is sketchy, so yes.
Have they seen anything like in the past hour?
Define anything. It's a relatively busy square. You guys can just head there if you wish. So
Yeah,
to
I'm
be super
gonna go
clear,
there.
to be super clear, obviously this room just is pretty. There's nothing actually in here. It just looks nice. But if you guys ever want to go to a specific location, just let me know. I actually have a map for it specifically.
I'm gonna look at the group and be like, my question is, why would someone drop off a letter and then run away and not talk to us face to face if it's really that dangerous?
Well, I think we've established that it might not be an adult. They could be scared.
Oh,
And they don't want to get seen.
whoever brought us the note is clearly not in danger.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think they're asking for help. Maybe it's gotten really bad and they're desperate.
Well, if they were desperate, they wouldn't walk away from us.
If it is a kid, they may not be scared to ask for help and fear what's going on with maybe their friends. They don't want to get found out that they're looking for help.
I agree with that. Shall I head along before you guys, since I can, move in the shadows?
Yeah.
All right, Hub. I want to jet ahead.
I guess we're gonna head over there.
Alrighty.
Husband?
Yes.
Can I do it?
You very much can, yes.
Oh, what kind of core move would that be?
So this is the kind of weird thing I was bringing up. Technically, you can kind of just do it, but Miller Square isn't necessarily dangerous. It's not, problematic in any weird way, so you don't really need to.
No, I want a hidden vantage point.
Of course, of course.
Use my tags.
Oh no, of course. So the question is, because you're not going to be attacked, you're aware of the area. Are you trying to stealth, like be sneaky and like see something, or are you trying to just what's your goal, I guess?
I want to be sneaky to see if I can see anything. I'm also thinking because it's long distance, I'm going to add my negative tag so we can test that out.
Okay, so you're definitely doing it from the base then?
Yeah.
All right, we can definitely do that. I'll say because it's from so far away, go ahead and roll sneak around.
Wait, can you do anything to help each other?
Yes, you very much can. Is there something you want to do?
Well, because I want to see if I could use maybe prophecy tags.
Okay, so sort of help her out to see beyond, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll definitely do it. So, to be clear, in this game, if you're going to help someone, definitely let me know. And that will be rolled first because if we mess up, so for example, let's say Roxanne does something, you go, oh shit, I could have helped there. Could I have helped? We can always rewind. That's perfectly fine. Especially since we're learning the game. It's totally okay to do that. I want to explore the mechanics and mess with things so you guys are actually embracing the mechanics, not like, okay, let's kind of ignore them. So some games you can reactively help. This game you're supposed to do it ahead of time, but we can break that rule occasionally. So we'll look at your character, Moira. What exactly are you doing to help her? So describe exactly what you're doing with your shadows. What's it look
she's
like?
Doing that, I'm gonna be driving over there with my car.
Okay.
That's what Roxanne is doing with her shadows?
Yeah, like describe what it looks like so it's easier for you to help.
I figured I was just going to, like dissolve into them and then like shoot across town.
Hey, Xander, wait for me. I need a way there.
Okay.
Moira too, I think.
Moira has giant wings.
I just assumed you guys had cars.
Oh, good point.
So with that in mind, could I maybe use my prophecy abilities to kind of give Roxanne an idea of where to look? Like
Definitely.
a closer scope?
Yeah. So I would say go ahead and roll to change the game. We get to use the weird roll.
Ooh.
All right. Which tags are we going for? You're basically playing scout with your abilities?
Yeah.
All right. You're helping her scout by scouting. Excellent.
By scouting. So Harbinger of Doom.
All right, we got a 9 for change the game. You get 2 juice. You can spend it to gain the following effects, 1 for 1. So when you create a story tag, Roxanne can use said story tag to actually add to her roll, which is fantastic.
Okay, so I'll create a story tag then.
Okay. Now, I forgot. I think you can hold on to juice. I know this sounds super weird, but I think you can.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hold it. On a 10 plus, you can get better effects. But on a mixed success, which is what you got. You rolled a 9. You can spend 1 for 1 to create a story tag, burn a power tag or a story tag, or give or reduce a status, which we don't have any statuses we're currently dealing with. So I'm going to say for now, Moira, I'm actually pretty sure. Yeah. On your character sheet in the second tab, it says juice. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Unnamed juice. That just sounds weird. You have 1 paranormal site juice you're sitting on. It will expire eventually, but where it says source and method, you should be able to click on it. And for your reminder, if you wish, you can add source and method on that to make it a little more clear.
So for source and method, would I say like Harbinger of Doom or change the game or?
Yeah. So you definitely got it from change the game, but you can say source. Yeah, source was probably like Harbinger of Doom or something, just so we're clear where it came from. If in 30 minutes we're like, what we're doing with that again? I will call it Dark Sight, and it's temporary. All right, so there is a tag there, Miss Roxanne. You can see under story tags where it says Dark Sight. Right click it, it'll turn yellow. There you go. Because we're using this to help. All right, so we have Move in the Shadows, Hidden Vantage Point, Tracking. We're using Dark Sight. And we have Vertigo as a downside. And I agree that would indeed be something bad. So you can go ahead and roll Sneak around on that.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, my God.
That's definitely something.
This is a great start to the game. This is just like me. The vertigo is severe. I don't quite make it all the way.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can I fly over now? Since clearly...
Let me check something real quick. Hold up.
How?
So what's adjustment to power -3?
Yeah, hold up. That shouldn't be there.
Does it mean I actually got a 6?
That's still a fail, but yeah, hold up. I don't know why that's there, but you did roll a 3, plus 1, 2, 3, and then plus 1, -1. You rolled a 6. Unfortunately, that is still indeed a failure. And that was a sneaky, right?
Yeah.
Here I was trying to help you.
I mean, you technically kind of mostly helped me.
I fly off into the night.
So, since you use your weakness tag, Roxanne, that was on Vertigo, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so where it says light cannot exist without darkness, click that little plus on your attention, and they'll give you 1 experience point. There you go.
Okie doke.
It's purple. How cute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little scene doodad here. I'm going to call it Someone is Watching.
The picture of stealth.
I traveled a little too far. I'm sorry. I've only been doing this, 6 years. No big deal.
No big deal.
Well, I'm definitely not coming in stealth in my car, so.
Is
Tell
it
us.
nighttime?
Is it a clunker or is it new?
Oh, no, it's just a muscle car.
Is it a clunker or is it new?
It's old but new, as in, like, it's old car, but, like, in good shape.
Gotcha.
I got the bakery girl in the passenger seat.
Alchemy Cafe, not
Yeah.
Alchemy Cafe. My bad. Cafe.
Distinct difference.
I've added to the scene, you guys should be able to see under statuses, someone is watching 1. So that is now added.
Creepy.
So, 2 of you are able to drive there, no problems. Are you actually flying there, Moira?
Yeah. Is it nighttime? What time of day is it?
It's a bit later, yeah. Sundown.
Yeah, I'll fly over.
Okay.
What's
And-
the massive wingspan for if not for that?
I know, right? We'll say, Roxanne, unfortunately, you're not able to get any information with that. And I won't put it on you specifically, but it's going to affect you more than others. And I'm actually going to make it someone who's watching too. So something is happening. Someone is watching.
So is this map exactly what we're seeing, or?
Very close. So when we arrive to the square, sorry, I guess here to answer your question, it is just afternoon when you arrive. The rain falls softly on Miller's Square, clogged gutters spilling noisily into tight alleys. Countless puddles cover the broken pavement, forcing you to be mindful of your steps. This rundown working-class neighborhood is a jigsaw puzzle of tenements and townhouses divided into apartments. At the intersection of its main streets, there lies the eponymous square, drab and lackluster, surrounded by a handful of stores. The first thing to catch your eyes is the corner shop convenience store, One Stop Shop, which seems to be closed off by police tape. A recent crime scene. Hint, hint, someone who asked a question. Nearby, the only places that show any sign of life are Laser Hot Pizza, Century Laundromat, and the Miller's Square Liquor Store. 2 more businesses, Los Ramos, a florist shop, and Sandra's Hair Salon, are closed, although it seems a bit early for that. So yes, I put you guys currently in an alley. If you guys would like to go to any of these locations, these are all accurate. And
What about the pawnbroker?
technically, I believe all these are here. Yes.
That's
I'm gonna go to
long
the
map.
Century Laundromat.
Yeah. So realistically, the ones I mentioned, try to those are the main ones we say.
Can I go straight to Los Ramos?
Would you like us to stick together?
You guys can stick together if you wish, or you can go your separate ways. Totally up to you.
I'm gonna go to the laundromat.
And I want to go pizza.
Okay. You can actually move your token there if you wish.
Is this map accurate?
Mostly, yes.
Is that little person actually there?
Technically, some of these people are indeed here. Moira, you said you wanted to go to Los Ramos.
Yeah.
Okay. And Radaya, how about you?
I guess I'll check out the hair salon.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll go ahead and resolve things from left to right. Make it nice and easy.
So that's me first.
Indeed.
Okay.
Los Ramos is a beautiful and vibrant florist shop, perhaps the only bright spot in the dreary gray life of Miller Square. But now, it stands in ruins with the storefront broken and boarded up, wilted flowers floating in rain-filled buckets at the front.
And nothing else?
Not that you say no. I mean, of course, you can always roll to look closer, but that's what you see on the outside.
I would like to step over to the door. And I just want to be like, hey, is anybody in there?
As you shout into the dilapidated building,
I'm not shouting.
As
It's
you
a gentle
beckon.
beckon.
As
Yeah.
you gently beckon into Los Ramos, the only thing that greets you is your echo.
Okay, I step back and I look up to the top window. Is there somebody there?
You see very quickly someone closing some blinds.
Can I see how old they are? Or was it
With a quick glance, they look to be about either like mid to late teens.
do I know what happened here?
You're not entirely sure now. So remember, you guys can always say, I came here every single day, blah, blah, blah. You can always ask people. There's tons of people walking around. You
Well,
can.
if I know what's going on in Miller Square, at least to some degree, surely I would have heard something. Does it look like it's been destroyed or just like abandoned?
That is a good question. And I'm going to respond with roll to investigate.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, if you ever want general knowledge, I can give you general knowledge. If you want specifics, like how's it look right now, then yeah, that's definitely an investigation.
Yeah. So I'll do investigative journalist. Can I do situational awareness?
Sure.
Are we supposed to have 2 or 3?
For tags, you can use as many as you'd like. The only downside is if you're
You might-
using too many in combat, or if it's a linked move, then you can't use what you just used.
Okay. I'll stick with that and I'll try to investigate.
Alrighty, throw it out there. A 10! That is a full success. You get 2 clues.
Kitchen.
So not to make success,
Alright.
just straight up you got it.
Sweet. So I guess like I asked, does it look like it was abandoned or that it was destroyed?
Someone did some roughing up here. It might have been closed semi-recently, actually, from how it looks.
Can I save a question?
You may, yeah.
Um,
You'll have to be for this specifically, but if you want me to jump to somebody else while you're thinking, I can.
well, I want to see if I can get that girl to come down. Well, not girl, that person to come down.
Okay.
So I wanted to, kind of call into the house again, like, hey, I know that something happened here and I'd like to help, but I don't think shouting out in the street is a good idea.
As you say that and look about, you notice, while looking at all these different buildings, that a lot of the bottom floors are indeed a business. Looking down the alleyways and such, you can see that there are stairs and ladders and things of that nature that probably lead to the upper, second, third, etc. floor, most likely where people are living. So there's actually a possibility this first floor doesn't link perfectly with where she is. And
Interesting.
this bottom part is so dilapidated, and you can smell rotting flowers, unfortunately. Whatever's in
It's
there is
been-
completely wilted. And it does look like things have been pushed around quite a bit, but you're not sure if the person up there can come straight down to this floor, mainly because it's rather dark in there as well.
Are there any stairs in the alleyway that lead up to the second floor?
Sure, yeah. They're not hidden at all. It's where people live, so it's just their apartments. There's like a back entrance for each of these buildings now that you're looking around, actually.
I'm going to duck into the alleyway. And if you want to move to somebody else, you can.
Alrighty, Roxanne, your question was, how close is the Miller Square to college?
Yeah.
Not super close, honestly. There is one kind of off the way. There's community college. It takes a while to get there. I'd say probably 40 or so minutes.
All right, so then I wouldn't frequent this place. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. And you said you were going to the pizza place, correct?
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing specifically?
Well, first I'm going to put on my shades because it's bright in here, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll waltz in, rub my stomach like I'm hungry, and approach the counter and order a slice of pepperoni.
Alrighty, so Laser Hot Pizza. The only hopping place in the neighborhood, Laser Hot Pizza constantly attracts many of the locals with steaming scents of mozzarella and fresh tomato sauce. Running around from kitchen to counter and back is a young, curly-haired man in a bright red apron. A young kid in a similar apron is proudly operating the register and shouting orders over the speaker.
Any idea what happened next door? That's kind of crazy. Do you think it would hurt business? Has it hurt business?
Give me 1 second.
Very subtle. Very subtle.
Shush.
of you.
I am not a subtle person. I'm sorry.
All right, who are you asking
You're
this?
literally a shadow.
Anyone who will answer.
All right,
I mean, primarily the worker, but I'm doing it kind of loud.
okay. You're doing it kind of awkwardly and loudly. The worker going to the back and to the front, grabbing pizzas. He gives you a weird look and just kind of like, and then he just kind of moves to the back, looking at the smaller individual as he just looks up at you and smiles and says, "What can I get for you, ma'am?"
A slice pepperoni?
Of course, only one.
Yeah, it's just me.
Alrighty, excellent. That'll be $3.50.
Okay.
He happily puts your money away, and he shouts back your order, and a shout is received. And he nods and he kind of points where you can go ahead and wait. There's a few other people waiting.
I will move over a smidge. How old are you?
He's kind of in the middle of taking an order as he turns to you after finishing and says, I'm sorry, what?
How old are you? You look like my little brother's age.
Oh, I'm 10.
10? Yeah, you probably don't know my brother then. Bummer.
Oh, what's your brother's name?
Sebastian. Yeah, he
What?
goes to blah blah middle school.
Oh, yeah, I'm not old enough for middle school yet, but I'm really excited. He finishes up his line. He's kind of just twiddling his thumbs and cleaning the countertop as the other. They look very similar, so presumably the other brother smiles to you and hands you your pizza and says, "1 pepperoni coming up."
I actually said Hawaiian.
Did you? Is there's rocking a Hawaiian?
Yes.
All right, 1 Hawaiian slice coming up as he hands it to you.
So, how is business with that weird building next door? It's creepy.
I mean, which one?
The one with the cop tape? I'll take a bite of pizza. Is it good?
That's great, yeah.
I'm own.
Excellent. All right.
This is amazing. Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, we do pride ourselves in our pizza.
So, about next door.
I mean, it's killing business a bit, yeah, but, you know, it is what it is.
I'm sorry. Next door is killing business with pizza this amazing?
Hey, we keep the doors open, we keep the lights on.
I guess that's all you can do. Do you know anything about next door?
He narrows his eyes a bit and says, "Nah, I don't. I got something to do in the back. I'm busy.
Later.
Yeah, if you need anything else, though, don't be afraid to ask. Willie will take care of you." And he just looks up and smiles at you.
I'll smile back and can I take my pizza outside and then signal to Jasper to stalk around the shadows?
You very much can. And when you say stalker in the shadows, do you mean where exactly?
The pizza guy definitely saw something. I think I'll ask him to find a way into the one-stop shop, but it isn't right through the front door.
All right, fair enough. As you're eating your pizza, you move on over there. We'll move to the next person. Xander. We're heading over to the Century Laundromat.
Yeah.
Century Laundromat is no more than a glorified hole in the wall, awash with flickering fluorescent lights and the sound of old washing machines, smell of detergent. A gray-haired lady in an austere dress keeps a watchful eye on the place and dispenses change. There's something calming about watching the clothes tumble, but you can't help but wonder if, like the people of Miller's Square, they too wish to escape their circular fate.
Poetic.
I'm gonna look around to see if anything looks suspicious.
Define suspicious.
People acting like not normal.
Not that you see. The only person that stands out would be the older lady that I mentioned, and she's very clearly in charge of this location. She's sort of patiently waiting and briskly speaking with certain customers.
I'll walk up to her.
She sort of half ignores you at first while dispensing change to an individual. Then she kind of gives you a look and goes,
Hello, love. I have a question for you.
"Hey, what can I do for you?"
Do you know what happened next door at a one-stop shop?
She narrows her eyes, looks over your shoulder, looks around the shop real quick and says, "Unfortunately, can't say that I do. Why? Who are you?"
Are you dressed like a PI?
Yeah. Well, since your establishment is next door, I thought you might have heard something.
She shrugs. You hear things everywhere. Who can say what, though?
So you didn't hear any rumblings of what might happen?
Not that I can say. All right, since you're asking her questions, go ahead and roll me investigate. You can tell she's clearly more focused on her job and her surroundings than what you're asking.
I'm gonna use my my eye of Azar to see if I can see into her soul if she's lying to me.
Okay. Oh, are you not going to use your investigation?
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry.
You have one called Smooth Talker. Okay, so the cool thing is I can edit. So you have Smooth Talker and Attention to Detail. I can just add those +2, which brings you to an 11. So you would have used Attention to Detail, Smooth Talker, and the Eye of Azar, which is 3. So that means you get 3 clues. You can ask me 3 questions. At the full success, so no downside.
You said I can ask like her 3 questions or you 3 questions?
Both. You can ask about her body language, you can ask about the surroundings, but you're asking her directly when we use this investigation roll. So...
Can I tell if she's lying to me?
She's not lying. In the sense where she's like maliciously lying, but you can tell she's holding something back. She's definitely holding something back.
Listen, I know long nights in a laundromat are not the funnest, but I know something happened next door. So, did it affect your business at all?
She narrows her eyes a little bit further and says, "You sure are interested in my business, aren't you? Who are you asking all these questions, huh?"
The interested party member?
She scowls now, actually, almost openly. Someone walks up to ask for change. She goes, "Not now!" And she looks at them and they go, "Oh, Jesus, all right." They walk away. And you see a couple people leave. There's only about 2 left. She checks over her shoulder and looks over yours and says, "You one of those thugs? Listen, I told you I'm not interested."
Not interested in what?
Whatever racket you're running. I've spoken with your people before and your nonsense and... She just kind of looks away from you for a second. She looks very clearly frustrated. "I've had enough. I'm not interested."
Well, I'm sorry to have bothered you, miss.
She's seemingly kind of half ignoring you, looking away, basically waiting for you to walk away. You can still technically ask me or her 2 questions if you wish, but
Oh, I have 2 questions left?
you have 3 total, yeah. No, you can ask me if she responded weird to something, and you go like, "Do I sense blank?" Or
Well, I'm assuming some people were trying to shake her down for money or some sort, kind of like mafia type stuff.
I would say you very much get the feeling of that, yeah. And to elaborate on that, she is getting the feeling that you're probably one of these people, which is why she's so angry.
I'm gonna turn back to her and be like,
Listen, I understand, you're very hesitant to new people, but I don't know if you can tell, but I'm clearly from out of town, or out of country at the most. I'm not a part of these thugs you talk about.
She looks back to you, kind of still scowling. "I don't care where you're from."
How about this? You tell me who these people are, and I'll make sure they don't bother you in your central laundromat ever.
She's giving you the look over as if, is this a threat or are you being genuine? And I would say as your 3rd question, she gets the feeling that you're being genuine with her. And she exhales, kind of looks around a bit. She's once again checking everyone in the building. It says, "Listen, all I know is some punks came by not too long ago, trying to offer protection. Of course, I turned their punk asses away, told them to leave, not interested. They come back with someone, and she seems real frustrated at this. She's like kind of picking at one of her nails and just like nodding, like real fidgety. Apparently I agreed to whatever deal he had, and well, we're in a bit of a pickle now, unfortunately, but nothing I can do about it."
Do you know what their names are, or the leader?
She shrugs. "No idea, honestly. He was...
He didn't introduce himself?
She closes her eyes as if she's thinking, and she looks really frustrated. She's almost shaking with frustration. And after she bites it up, she looks at you and says, "Listen, I may be old, I'm not crazy. No, I don't remember his name or what he looked like. Just know that I talked to a man who is annoyingly convincing. Not a ghost, I'm not seeing things."
Can you describe what he looked like?
The frustration flashes across her face again. "No, I cannot."
I'll try to find these guys for you, and make sure they don't bother you again.
If you see him, you bring him back here and I'll kick his ass. I'll know when I see him.
I'm gonna walk to this wall over here that's up against the one-stop shop, and I want to do kind of like a astral projection to kind of like pop my head through the wall to see if like anybody's in there before I walk over there.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. You're just trying to see? That's your intent?
Yeah, I'm just seeing. I'm just using an astral.
Okay, we'll roll sneak around then for that one. Alrighty, unfortunately, we got a 6, which is a failure. You spend some time trying to connect with your magics and project through the wall, but you're still kind of being watched by her and by a few of the other people. They're wondering what you're kind of doing in the corner, but mostly sticking to themselves. You do stand out just a little bit. And you realize that
Too many eyes on me.
too many eyes, you're able to like partially project through the wall, but you there's so many people watching you, you can't focus, and you're just unable to do it. And it just fizzles out.
Oh, I'm going to walk out.
All right, and as you do, we'll go ahead and move over to Redaya. You were looking at Sandra's.
You said earlier they were closed or something, right?
Indeed, yes. At the corner of the square, under a large sign spelling Sandra's, stands a confused woman, gazing at the closed sign hanging on the door, on the other side of the glass of a hair salon. The lights are out, and you see this old woman mumble to herself and then walk away saying, "Oh, but I made an appointment."
So I flagged on the lady and, excuse me, you said you had an appointment? So it's unusual for them to be closed at this time of day?
She kind of slowly turns to you and goes, "Oh, yes, dear. I made an appointment just last week, I believe, and she said she'd be here." And she leans back and kind of tries looking through the window and says, "Why are they closed now? They're always open."
That is quite strange. Thank you for that. So you made your appointment last week. Thank you.
"Oh, you're welcome. Oh, bother. Where will I get my hair cut now?" She kind of walks down the street the other direction. So reminder, when you guys investigate or look around, you can look at the building itself, you can look at the people around, or you can ask the people around. Regardless, it's all an investigation roll. So it just depends on what you want to know.
Can I pierce through the window to see when it last maybe looked like it was occupied or open?
Very much so, yeah. I won't have you roll for this, but you can kind of look through and, it almost looks like she might have left this Sandra in a hurry. I mean, if it's been closed for, who knows? If it actually is closed, she didn't show up today. But shoot, it looks as if someone could just show up right now and begin operating.
Okay, so it hasn't been closed very long. They closed and decided not to open today.
Yeah, a little hard to tell. Unlike the other building that you walked by that was very clearly boarded up.
Was there? Yeah, there is a little building back in between them two, isn't there? What is that?
That would probably just be like a general store.
That looks like the image got cut off.
It did, yeah. There's only about 4 or 5 locations here that are relevant. If you want to ask anyone in the area, you're more welcome to. If you want to poke around, it's obviously there's no there's a back and there's a front, but there's no sides to this location at least. So whatever you're thinking.
Maybe I'll step over to the liquor store and ask if they know anything about the hair salon.
Sure. I'm going to pause real quick and cut back over to Moira real quick. And your intention was to go up the back and then go upstairs to the actual apartment building, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, you're able to do this quite easily, actually. Doesn't really take too much effort.
There isn't anybody in the alleyway or anything, though, right?
There's a few people kind of schmoozing about, but they see you coming, they turn the other way or they walk the other way.
I keep an eye on them. But I go upstairs.
Oh, yeah. With that, you're able to ascend. No problem at all. And counting out the various rooms and such, you think at the end of the hallway which apartment that girl would have been in.
Okay, so I go over to the end, I guess, and I knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door and you hear some shuffling about. And then you hear one latch come undone, another latch come undone, and the door creaks, but it's still chained, so it doesn't open all the way. And you see a pair of eyes looking at you.
Is it the person from upstairs?
Yeah.
Did I have the right room?
Her skin tone and shirt look the same.
Hi. So I can see that you were the one that saw me downstairs. I wanted to know about if you knew anything that was going on here and whether or not I could help you.
She looks over your shoulder and looks back at you. Are you a cop?
No, please.
Okay.
Cops are all dirty.
She nods and she looks kind of angry at that. She says, "I know, they're not helping."
Yeah, they're not really good at that. So
She sighs and looks really just like kind of like beaten, like, oh, well, who are you then? What do you want?
well, I introduced myself,
She nods.
and
That says, my name's Clara.
I know that something's kind of been going around. Something's been happening in this area, and I just kind of wanted to get a better idea of what was happening. We got I noticed from some people that were distressed.
I mean, yes, but it's complicated. There's a lot going on. I don't know if, sorry, like I
No.
said, I'm not even sure if they're willing to help or if they're looking or paying attention or anything really. But yeah, something happened, and
Sorry, go on.
she looks sad, and she's kind of taking a second to get her breath. She says, somebody hurt Julio while I was out.
Did that have anything to do with the state of the store downstairs?
She's constantly checking over her shoulder, checking over your shoulder.
So I look back and I'm like, I don't want to, enter your space if you're uncomfortable, but would it be safer for you if I wasn't out in the hallway?
You seem like a good person. She kind of gives you the once over, and she quickly closes the door. You can hear the locks come undone, and she motions for you to come in quickly.
Okay. I sneak in and then immediately shut the door.
She exhales rather loudly and says, sorry, could you repeat your other question? I get the feeling we're being watched.
I get that feeling too, actually.
My bad.
Gosh, should have known. Did this have anything to do with the state of the shop downstairs? I think is what I asked.
Yes, we think some people came by. I don't know why anyone would hurt Julio. Everyone loves Julio. He can be a little hot-headed at time, but he's such a lovely person. To my knowledge, everyone likes him here. I don't know why anyone would want to hurt him.
Do I know anything about him? Have I heard anything? Is he still alive? Is he in the hospital? Is that what she just said? Or?
Yes, she said he's currently in the hospital, and you do know quite a bit about him. In general, this shop, should definitely 100% be open. She's correct. He can be a little blunt sometimes, but he's described as a tall, romantic man who just loves flowers. He's all smiles. Great dude. From what you can gather, everyone here loves him. So her level of distraught makes sense.
Okay. Do I know what hospital he's at?
You do not, but you could definitely ask her if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll ask her what hospital he's at.
She kind of pauses for a second and, yeah, sure, I can write it down for you. He should be awake by now, I hope. He's been in and out of it. They really hurt him.
Hold a second, I'm going to write this in my book. Do I need to write down the name of the hospital or?
No, but you do have the location.
Julio at hospital.
How do you spell Julio?
Julio, and he is from Los Ramos.
Yeah, he runs it.
I write down whatever the hospital is, and then I ask her if she's in any immediate danger.
Sighing again, she's like, I honestly don't think so. I've not had anyone come up to me. I've not left the apartment, so I guess that's part of the reason why. But no, maybe, I don't know. I keep trying to contact the police and they don't respond. They say they're looking into it, but they're taking too long. Shouldn't they be reaching out to me? Shouldn't they be asking me questions?
I do think that's a little strange. I mean, again, the cops are pretty useless at best. But that is a little strange. I'm going to make a note of that also. And then I'm going to hand her a business card.
Okay. She takes it.
With my number on it. And I say, if you are in any danger, if you think somebody's trying to come in, call me immediately. And I'll do what I can to make sure that you're safe.
She looks a little hesitant. She does take it, but she slowly looks up to you and says, I don't mean to offend, ma'am, but if he couldn't defend himself, what makes you think you could?
Well, I have my ways.
She still looks kind of off.
Also, I have a lot of experience taking down very large men. It's definitely a thing.
Well, I didn't see them. They must be tough. He wouldn't have gone down without a fight. He's a loving man, but he'll defend what's his.
Do you have so you don't have any idea why they would have come after him, though?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'm going to not spend too much time in here because I don't want to bring further attention to her if I can if I can help it. So I'll say, keep an eye out. Let me know if you need help. I also have friends that can help. So
She nods and offers you a small smile. Says, "Thank you." Honestly,
also, if you need groceries because you're not going out, let me know.
she kind of laughs. She laughs at that.
Yeah, better be fed.
She points to the fridge and says, "Oh, we stocked up ahead of time, but hopefully it won't have to come to that."
All right.
Can I walk up to Roxanne?
Very much so. I assume you're done with your questioning, Moira?
I am, yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna leave, check the hallways, see if anybody's there,
Seems clear.
and I'll leave.
All right. Do you know what your next destination is?
I was going to go over to the one-stop shop,
Perfect.
but through the alleyway,
How
not on the main
convenient.
street.
We still
Uh-oh.
have someone investigating the liquor shop.
Indeed. So I could ask you, Radaya, since everyone's kind of congregating at the one-stop shop, would you also like to go there, or do you want to commit to the liquor store? Your choice.
Since I don't know what they're all over there doing, I went this way. Some going backwards behind me. I'll stay forward because I don't see them grouping.
Fair enough.
There's like a staggering of time, though,
Yeah,
right?
and going to Sanders would have been quick.
So we can cut really quickly to the one-stop shop, and you're on the way, Moira, so you can cut in when you'd like. This has a very quick description. There's a subdued sadness in the air around the one-stop shop corner shop, which is sealed off with police tape as an active crime scene. Something horrible happened here. But all that is left is a thundering silence, drowning in the rain.
Does it look like it's been broken into? Or
Um,
is it just closed?
It's just closed. None of the-
Drowning sadness.
Indeed.
So I see Roxanne just chilling outside, or
I'm enjoying my pizza.
okay, I'm gonna walk up to you and be like, "Oi, Roxanne,
Mouthful, yeah.
I went to the laundromat and I talked to the owner, and she said, like about 3 or 4 thugs were trying to get her to pay some protection money. What I'm assuming is it might be the sharks that we're looking for. She didn't really tell me what they look like, which is not very helpful. But at least that is at least pointing us in the right direction."
So mouthful. My guess is that they're probably hitting up everyone because Michael next door didn't want to talk about anything either.
My only question is, where are they hiding? I mean, clearly something happened at the one-stop shop, and this place is not the best area to be in, so...
We'll find them. That's what my shadows are for.
All right, as your conversation comes to a conclusion, Moira comes up behind you guys, looking at the one-stop shop. What are y'all thinking?
Did Jasper find an entrance? By the way, they can see my shadows when the shadows want to reveal themselves.
That sounds like a question, but that was a statement, I believe, right?
Yes.
Which will definitely take
Okay.
a sneak roll from you, Roxanne.
What is this for? My brother getting in?
That was the intent, right? To get having the shadows get in and do the business.
Well, is the front door locked?
It is locked, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted Jasper to find a back entrance.
All right, so a scouting process. Also, I'm going to have you use the status on this one. Someone is watching.
Wait, so you said the door is locked? Well, can I pick it?
Potentially, she's going to try to.
Yeah. Could you wait?
She's going to try to look around first. Oh, alrighty. Despite all the bullshit, that's a 12. You rolled 2 5s plus all the plus 1s minus 2. That's still a 12. Alrighty, that is a full success on a sneak around. Everyone that should fall for it falls for it. I like what this should. So great. So, with a full success, Roxanne, tell me your intent and I will tell you the result. Full intent.
My full intent is to have Jasper find a back entrance and sneak us in there, preferably unnoticed.
Alrighty. There is definitely a side entrance. It might be a little difficult to get to, and it's not cordoned off by police tape, so it seems they must have missed it. It probably heads to one of the various back rooms to this location, most likely. Probably where he received product and such, or maybe it was a secret entrance. Not necessarily a secret entrance, but it's sort of a don't bother me entrance from the side. But there definitely is one.
Is it
Perfect.
through the alleyway?
It is through an alleyway, yes.
I guess I'm going to walk over to that door then.
All right, Moira, do you join them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish my pizza while I wait for our fourth.
While you guys are doing that, I will say this. I'll throw out some meta information. There's a decent amount going on in both of these locations. So I can give you a quick description of what's going on here. There's also a unique map for the liquor store, but I will give you the quick rundown. For Miller Square Liquor Store, if anything can drown the sorrow of Miller Square, it must be here. The bell at the door of the liquor store keeps ringing as clients come and go. Amidst beer fridges and cases of wine is a narrow counter where a tall, quiet man in glasses and a leather jacket is reading a book. When you enter, he gives you a long, hard look. You see various individuals going around, grabbing alcohol and stuff, quickly checking out, and he kind of gives them a nod, and then they leave.
I approach the counter and ask, how's the day's been going?
And he puts his book down, gives you the quick up and down. It's going all right. Why?
Just curious because I noticed that the hair salon next door was closed and some lady was grumbling about her appointment for today and couldn't have it. Do you know anything about that?
I'd grumble too if I lost out an appointment. But no, I really don't. Sandra's disappeared one day.
Oh.
You a friend?
Do you have... I probably have seen her around in my cafe.
He nods at that.
It just seems like strange for her to be closed on such a busy afternoon.
He kind of shrugs and says, yeah, strange, not strange. Hard to tell. I mean, she's hanging around with a new crew, new people and such. It's, she'll do what she do. I'll do what I do.
Oh my. Do you know anything about these new crew? Are they good people or are they occupying her day?
He smirks and kind of leans over the counter and says, when I say new crew, I also mean she's hanging out with a specific gentleman, if you catch my drift.
That she found somebody.
Oh, yeah. Some people are saying that she turned tail and ran. Eloped and all that.
Oh my. I wonder if she'll be back for her shop ever again.
He looks at the wall where her shop would be and says, I mean, I don't see her just leaving it like that, but I agree. Odd. Definitely odd. She would probably be back, though. I don't think she left it to any family or anything.
Okay, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. You take it easy. And he's looking at you a bit, Rydia. Not like staring at you, but he's more interested in you than the other customers, for whatever reason.
Pronounce your name again?
Rydia, sorry.
And I slowly meander my way back up the street, I guess.
The door jingles as you head on out, and you move up the street only to see the crew discussing something about a back alley behind the one-stop shop.
I am late.
I'll wave. What they say down there?
Well, the hair salon is closed. A lady on the street had an appointment made last week, but the store is closed today and she can't get her appointment. The liquor store guy said that Sandra met up with a guy and they may or may not have eloped.
That's strange.
It was sudden and a little strange.
All right, well, my brother found an entrance into One Stop Shop, so let's go.
All right.
Alrighty, as you all move back there, you find that the door is, unsurprisingly, locked, but no one's able to see you guys back here.
All right, Xander, now you can try lockpicking.
All right. This is always fun.
All right, and may I ask, how you plan on picking this lock?
With magic.
Excellent. Forcefully, or how are we doing this?
I mean, what's the options?
However you want. You tell me how you do it, I'll tell you what to roll.
I'm just gonna cast a spell and pop it.
Alohomora?
Stock it.
Open, please. Thank you. Alrighty, I'll say go ahead and roll take the risk on this one.
Why me?
Unfortunately, a 3 and a 1 still leads us to a 6 with our pluses. You attempt to
get with these dice.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You attempt to work your way in, and man, it's taken an extra second. This lock is either weirdly complicated or you broke something. One of the two. You're not entirely sure what.
Can I move in the shadows to get inside and open it from the inside? I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner.
That's fair. Can you literally move through shadow?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you do literally have the tag move in shadows. Okay, that is something you can do without having set it up then. You very much can. I'm going to have you roll the same thing, Roxanne. But...
So take the risk?
Yeah, roll take the risk.
I assume it's dark in here too, right?
Yes. So... Alright, I'm going to lower someone who's watching to 1.
What's the highest before you fail?
What do you mean?
You said 6 fails, so...
Yeah,
I think it's 6.
It's 6. You're 1 off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Not a big deal. So roll the same thing, Roxanne.
I just rolled 6 the last time, so I'm just like...
It's close. It's close. No worries. But that's why you guys can help each other prior by setting something up, or, it's just luck. It's just luck. It's not a big deal. On average, you'll succeed way more in this game than fail. So that's just boo-ha. Don't worry about it. go ahead and use the someone is watching again, Roxanne, because you guys think someone might have heard something. Not entirely sure.
I guess I'm not meant to move in the shadows.
As you attempt to move amongst the shadows, Roxanne.
Do I smash into the glass?
Well, fortunately, there's no glass back here to smash into, but I think you got yourself turned around a wee bit because in this space in between, it's usually fairly quick. You only wanted to go under the door, right?
Yes.
You're still traveling. You don't really know where you are. And you're not sure if it's safe to pop up now or later. So temporarily, Roxanne, you're kind of stuck in like the shadow realm.
Oh, God damn it.
And you guys can hear someone probably quickly approaching from around the corner as another like sound, something got knocked over, Roxanne, as you like sucked into the shadows. You almost entirely knocked over like a garbage pail.
All right. This is why I'm a known vigilante.
Indeed. Radaya and Moria, what are you guys doing?
Well, trying to go in.
Okay, well, the door is still locked. The lock might be busted more than it was before.
Can our alchemist melt it?
I wonder if I do have a potion for that.
Ooh. So was he in? What door were they working on?
There is a singular back door that leads into the one-stop shop, most likely the back room for a manager or something. And Xander tried picking it, possibly broke it, and someone is coming from outside the one-stop shop. So a civilian or someone, and you guys will most likely be seen in just a moment.
You know what? I'm going to face the person that's coming.
Okay.
Radaya, you should use a potion on the lock.
I wonder if I do have a potion, something. What is that lock made out of?
It looks to be fairly standard in terms of, keeping a business closed. So it's not crazy, that's for sure. But it's definitely locked in place.
So some sort of acidic solution might melt it away?
That could indeed do the trick.
Now, what do I do about this? Do I have to roll that I have something for that, or?
Indeed. So you go ahead and click on the tags you think would be applicable for this. First, so while you're thinking of those, don't roll just yet. I would say, Moira, you turn the corner real quick and you see two people, either early college age, kind of hard to tell, but they have very much a snooping look on their faces right now. And you can tell they want to go around the corner and look back there because they just heard something. But they bump into you first. What do you say to them?
Like, whoa, where are you going?
They kind of whoa you back like, whoa, what? I heard some shifty back there. And
Shifty?
Yeah, something shifty, and you just came around the corner.
You called me shifty?
I mean, you look a little shifty.
Oh, it's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
How old did they look?
Probably like 19, 20.
Ooh, they're my age.
I'm like, I really do appreciate that.
And while you're talking to one, looks like the other one's kind of like half ignoring you, like nodding along, going to walk around you to like look back there.
I block them, but like casually.
Yeah.
Like I just take a step back and kind of, I'm just like, whoa, geez, really gotta stop doing that. It's kind of weird.
All right, so it sounds like you're trying to stop them from looking back there.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a convince roll then.
I'm gonna do.
You have many a power for this one.
I'm gonna do unsettling aura.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that one.
And situational awareness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like I should use something else, but if I get into a fight, I don't want to do it back to back. You know what I mean?
I'll be blunt. They won't go straight to combat with you.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna also use better in low light.
I would say your gut feeling is more we're interested, not.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
It's just more we're interested. We're not gonna like fight you. They don't feel very taunted by you currently.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fight them.
Yeah, you're kind of just here. So go ahead and roll that. Excellent. All right. Jesus. Alrighty. Either what do you want to tell them, or what aura are you giving them that's telling them you don't want to go back there?
The aura is saying there's something really bad back there, and you need to run away. But then, like I'm very bubbly about it.
That's really concerning. They're not sure why you sound so bubbly about you don't want to see something back there, and the way you say like the something is like there is something back there. You say it happily.
I'm like, look, there's like some weird stuff going on around here, and I'm really concerned for your safety. Yeah.
The way you say this, partnered with the police tape, makes them go, yeah, it was a cat or something, right? Just knocked over some trash or whatever. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
It's actually like super bad luck.
Yeah, for real,
No.
for real. We appreciate
Yeah.
the warning, spooky lady. Take it easy.
Yeah, don't hurt any cats, though. I know that that's like a thing. Black cats, it's a little unlucky. Don't hurt them, though.
would
You guys
never.
would never do that, of course.
No, never. That's messed up.
Wait, sorry, what's your name?
Huh?
Sorry?
Oh, I'm Paul.
Paul? All right, and your friend?
That's Saul.
Paul and Saul.
Yeah, kind of cute, right?
That is kind of cute. Are you dating?
No, not currently.
Not currently.
And then Saul looks
Are
at him
you
like-
thinking about it?
So looks at him like, excuse me? He kind of just smells like, hey.
Well, anyway, sorry, guys. Obviously, like, there's, police tape around here, and I know that it's pretty interesting, but, I'd come back another day.
Yeah, you're gonna warn us twice.
All right, deuces, man.
All right, and with that, they both turn and start walking down, and kind of Saul kind of gives him a jab on the shoulder. And while this is happening, Rydia, you are more than welcome to melt this lock. What do we roll, though, is the question. This sounds like I want to say hit it with all you got.
Would it make sense for her to use Alchemy Toolkit too, not just the one tag?
Yeah, so you want to use as many tags as makes sense, Rydia. So Alchemy Toolkit makes sense. I have something for this makes sense. And I think that's good. Yeah.
So what drop down do I use?
I want to say hit it with all you got because it's not fighting back.
It's
Okay.
It is a something to
Oh.
overcome.
Custom modifier. I'm just going to ignore this custom
Yeah,
box.
pop up. Just tell it, boo you, son. We're coming on through
Woohoo.
here. All right. So technically, you do get to choose two of these. Of those, so you're not attacking anyone. So the first one we can ignore. The second one we can ignore because you're not attacking it. Of those bottom three, which two would you like?
Well, I don't want to have too much collateral damage.
Sounds good.
And I want to gain the upper hand, aka the stupid lock melt.
Excellent. Okay. So with that, we'll say like you have the perfect concoction and Moira delayed them for a perfect amount of time, and you don't need to like pour the acid in. We're not rushed. Initially, we're kind of scared we might have to do this quickly. Moira was able to kind of push them off appropriately, so you can get like a dropper and apply it at your own pace. And with that, a little bit of sizzling, the door clicks and swings in ever so slightly.
am I back yet?
As the door swings open, it is quite dark in here. Roxanne, you suddenly kind of just like plump up next to one of the aisles, bumping into it, and you catch two cans before they hit the ground.
I pull out a flashlight.
So yes, Roxanne, you're seemingly fine for now.
Okay, that didn't go as planned.
Do all four of you enter?
I'm already
Yeah.
inside.
Yep.
Sneaky sneaking.
Indeed. All right, well, we look around a bit. Obviously, there is indeed nobody here. It doesn't look like there's much of a fight or a scuffle. The only thing that looks
No map for this?
bumped or displaced, not for this one, no, is the shelf that Roxanne bumped into. So a few of the products are shifted ever so slightly. Are the cans back where they need to be? I don't know. Does Roxanne care?
Night vision, of course they're back where they belong.
Excellent.
I'm gonna look around for any clues to see what happened in here.
Go ahead and roll me investigate. Does anyone else want to look around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're bombarding it with investigations.
Wander up and down the aisle.
Sure.
Never mind.
Well,
Just keep
Oh.
rolling sixes.
oh yeah, you don't really have many for investigate, do you? You have your fight. Yeah, I would probably say just the one. Roxanne and Moira, you said you want to look as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking where.
Okay, I'll get all my sixes out until next time.
Get them out of the way. Yeah.
So I understand how, like, in combat, you can't use things back to back.
Yeah.
But in this situation, would I be able to use the same thing that I used?
Very much so. This is a
kids.
this is a brand new thing we're investigating, and it's a completely unconnected move. So yes,
All right.
I know that rule's a little weird. When it comes up, I'll definitely let you guys know. Alrighty, so you get 2 clues. Were you also looking, Roxanne?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If we assume that there's a pattern here and they got trashed for denying to offer protection money, there's no way in hell that they'd be on their record books, right?
You're not sure. That's worth looking into, though.
All right, I want to see if I can find some sort of accounting or mail or something.
Sure. Roll me investigate while you're doing that, and you are actually near the manager room, so you can do that pretty easily. Moira, are you kind of giving it more of an overall look?
Yeah, like, I'm trying to kind of figure out what went on here.
Roxanne, you can ask 3 questions, and Moira, you can ask 2. You both got a mixed success.
Are those tags okay?
I would probably say just night vision and tracking. You don't need the middle one, but that's still a mixed success, so you're still good.
Can I see why there's crime scene tape? Like, is there anything that immediately jumps out at me that says, that's what happened here?
Well, let's not bury the lead. You guys are near the back room. You're also near the manager's room. Sorry, the back area you guys entered basically leads directly into the manager's room. It's really, really close by.
Okay.
There is a
So then-
second back room, and that door is slightly cracked open. It is very much a back room as well, probably where you would take a break as an associate.
So Roxanne is going to be looking into like the manager room to find like accounting stuff.
Yes, and with that, I'll actually have Roxanne ask her questions first.
Okay.
You have 2 questions technically. So you say you're looking for accounting stuff?
Yeah, I want to see if in the books if there's payments made to mysterious individuals and probably large amounts. And second question, I want to check the mail if there's threat notes.
Okay. Nice and simple. You can look through sort of his store ledger. There's also a computer back there, which is off. Takes you a second to turn it back on, but, we have a little time. You guys are able to sneak in pretty easily. You can tell that the owner of this establishment, Mr. Saddle, his name was actually Sam Saddle, he was currently facing bankruptcy. And looking through his ledger and through various notes and such, you can see that at one point, he experienced a windfall. A windfall is a lot of money basically entering the account all at once. So lucky, not a huge amount, not like millions, but a reasonable amount of money for a business. But then, rapidly, whatever he gained was lost and then went into the red. You can also see from this that it looks like this money was received in cold hard cash. You see various deposit slips and things of that note.
Is there anything that says what it was used for?
And are there any names
Like
attached?
where it came from?
It sounds like the sharks took it.
You notice a lot of
The loan sharks.
money going out, and they are miscellaneous. He's pretty shitty with his money, you're noticing. He's not really great on the details either, but you can tell where some of it's going to. Produce, certain products, this, that, and the other. These things make sense. Some of the miscellaneous don't, though, and the amount is fairly consistent and high.
So it seems like whoever is extracting money from people around here took from him a little bit too much, and he couldn't keep up.
To answer your question, Roxanne?
Is there a calendar?
There is.
Can I see if there's any a calendar or like a daily planner? Can I see if there's someone came to visit or some sort of weird ass code?
So unfortunately, this individual wasn't really too good on that kind of thing. Definitely no day planner. He was very unorganized. But in terms of like a code, you don't really see anything. You do notice, though, looking past, like looking back and back and back, he barely had any miscellaneous categorized spendings. Almost none, actually. And if he did, they were low. So these happened specifically after that windfall.
I see if he has like a little safe anywhere in this store.
There is indeed a safe in this room.
Is it open or closed?
It's currently open and emptied.
So according to the accounts, were they like consistently losing money before the windfall occurred, or was that like a recent thing? Like, or were they breaking even or up?
Probably breaking even. It's a little hard to tell. As I mentioned, he's not really good at keeping notes. He's not good at, like, there are some community events he has in this calendar, Roxanne, that you saw, but he has like no names written down. He's weirdly under the table, and you're not sure if this is like, he was trying to hide something, or the man just wasn't very organized.
So he's consistently under the table, though.
Very much so, yes.
All right.
And you can definitely tell before this windfall, he was doing fine, but like he was just doing fine, probably making ends meet.
Well, I mean, that does make the loan shark thing look a little more likely.
And then your questions, Moira. You said you were looking towards the back room or something specific?
I was going into the back room.
Sure. As you head back there, this dank storage room is where dear old Mr. Saddle took his life. What drove him?
Oh my god.
What drove him to such an act of despair? The cord he used was cut by the police when they took his body down, but half of it is still solemnly hanging from the support beam. An overturned chair tells the rest of the tale. So you guys can see, looking up ahead, there is an overturned chair. and there is a cord that is tied to one of the rafters up top that is like half cut. Very clearly,
Can I talk to him?
like his ghost.
Yes.
That is a great question. What would you use to talk to his ghost?
The Eye of Azar. I can talk to the dead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That. Let's see. Go ahead and roll investigate. You sense there's still something here, but it's faint. He died here, but they obviously took his body away.
I'm just rolling shit right now.
Nope, 7 is good. 7 is good. That means we'll let you ask your questions, and then we'll pause there. You guys all sense a slight stirring in the room. How does the Eye of Azar work, Xander? What do you do to activate it?
Well, the Eye of Azar is red, a red-looking gem that has like a glowing eye in it. I hold it in my hand, and it like powers up, and then I can like hold my hand out and do what I want.
Alrighty. I'll be very forward. The details you're going to get here are going to be fuzzy because he's not here. But you may ask.
If I'm talking to the dead, like my eyes will light up, like kind of like glow.
Sure. You guys can all step back as Xander's doing his thing, and you guys can sense a presence in this room. You have 3 questions. What do you want to ask?
Do I see like his body kind of reanimate back to life to look at me, or like through my eyes, not them? I don't know if they can see.
They don't. They just sense something. In front of you, Xander, though, light is culminating to the point where his body would have been hanging. And eventually it sort of like reconstitutes, and you can see a man holding and like scratching at his throat, like in slow motion.
What's his name again?
Sam Saddle.
Mrs. Saddle, can you hear me?
He slowly looks down to you while scratching at his throat, and he just breathes out, just like, "Ugh."
Who did this to you?
Still scratching at his throat. He waits a moment to answer, but he actually points down at the floor, and you guys can see there's actually a puddle of water there.
Okay, so he's pointing at water?
Right where his body was hanging, yeah.
Is real water?
It's real water, yeah, y'all can see it.
I mean, they don't know he's pointing at it, right?
They don't, but if you look down to where it was, then, you know, I'm sure everybody else would have looked. There's water. There is water there. It's not spectral or anything.
Or you trying to say that they can move through water?
He's not. He doesn't answer this. This won't count as one of your questions, but he doesn't know how to answer that. He just looks distraught.
Rydia, can you test the
You want
water?
to drink the water? Yeah, I probably could test the water. Let me see. Okay, something for that.
I won't have you roll for this, but using your general toolkit, Radia, you're able to tell this is salt water.
Ew.
Seawater from the ocean.
Were you attacked by land sharks?
Once again, it kind of gives you this look of just like, not what, but like anger. He's not sure. And as he kind of opens his mouth, you see like bubbles come out.
Sorry, what came out?
Bubbles.
Like as if he's gargling on water?
Bubbles float out of his mouth and like float upward and then dissipate before they touch the ceiling.
Like he drowned.
Similar, yes.
So, pointing at water, but who killed you? You somehow drowned but hung at the same time.
As you're speaking, you're noticing that this spiritual presence is completely fragmented. There's like chunks missing. A good chunk of like a third of his like head is gone. You're noticing only like half of his arm is there, and a good portion of his midsection is gone, and he's almost missing.
Were the people that
one
did this
leg.
to you human, or did they have powers?
So remember that most people don't know powers exist.
Okay.
Yeah, so be careful when you ask those kind of questions.
Were you attacked by water?
The spirit looks at you, Xander, as it's falling apart. Just splotches in its body are dissipating, and the light is fading. As it looks at you, his eyes that were rolled into the back of his head slowly roll forward. And he looks at you, pale. And as he opens his mouth, you hear a gurgled scream as water comes pouring from his mouth, and he dissipates.
My eyes turn back to normal. I'm gonna look at the group and be like, well, when I say he didn't say much, I mean he literally said nothing, but he pointed at the water, and bubbles came out of his mouth as if he was drowned. So, not 100% sure, but I'm assuming we're dealing with someone who has water-based powers.
So loan sharks using actual sharks.
Well, maybe not sharks, but definitely water.
I don't know
Water
how
in
he.
town?
I don't know how he hanged, but also drowned at the same time. I don't know if his body was placed here afterwards. Kind of confusing.
And what did you ask, Rhodia?
Like, but saltwater in town?
Yeah, that's way out of
Right.
place. Well, we're definitely looking for one of us. That's for sure.
And on that
Villain
on that incredibly odd note, there's definitely more in this room and general things to find out, which you guys can ponder over the week, because we'll go ahead and pause our session there.